scrub the floors really good. It needed. It's been a while. It gets grease from the when I cook bacon and stuff, and it gets on the floor, and it's hard in the kitchen. You got to go through and it collects in parts where you don't think it will, and you look, what's going on this part of the floor? It's where the grease is settling on the thing. So you got to go scrub it down, and you got to keep it scrubbed and everything else, but it's real scrubbed. It's looking good. It's feeling good. It smells like Lysol though, so I got all the windows open and it's cleaning it out. I'd rather it smell like beans or bacon than Lysol. I don't like Febreze. I'd rather smell an old dog than Febreze, because old dogs are your friends, and it's better to be a human being surrounded by animals that are real and smell the smells of living, uh, uh, the living in your life that give you comfort and joy, than it is to smell like a chemical factory because you're superficial, narcissistic, and dysfunctional and want to smell better than a human being. It's gross, right? You're not a flower. You're a human. You're a skunk, right? He could call me flower if he wants to, right? There's nothing wrong with having hot flashes and going through menopause. You go through menopause, you can have a sex life with your husband where you don't get pregnant anymore. Okay. So it makes the latter part of life, your affectionate sex life, where you don't have to be worried about how we're going to take care of the baby because we're getting too old. Okay. So menopause it's a very important time. We just need to make it comfortable for women. They don't need to go out and engage in extortion, pay extortion, and ask drug companies how to survive being a woman when they don't even know how to be a woman or respect a woman or love a woman. Right. Assholes. So I was sitting there watching the thing. I was listening to Charles and Kenny and them talking. They're like, I talked to this guy, Ernie Myers. I remember Ernie Myers. Yeah. If I got 20, I had to get 21 the next time. I was never thought like that. I never looked at the stat sheet. It felt good when you pile up the stat sheet, but not really, because my biggest highest scoring game was when that guy elbowed me in the mouth and they all laughed and I got pissed and went off. And Charlie was like, why don't you do that every game? Because that's not why I play basketball. I didn't mind if I told you guys that. If I had 8 rebounds and 3 steals and 1 or 2 assists or no assists, as long as I was the guy they were triple teaming that did the pass that lead to the pass that lead to the pass that lead to the bucket. And, John and Tony both had 12 assists and 26 points, and we won the game. That's all that mattered to me. I didn't care about the stats. All I cared about is us as a team going and enjoying the process. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. Trust the process. You do whatever they give you, and you trust your teammates, and you enjoy your teammates. And when they're, trying to stop you and your teammates are wide open, a layup by Tony or John is better than a driving attack against 3 players or a 3-pointer from Earl. You know what I'm saying? Not from Ray. No, Ray was a better 3-point shooter than I was. Left hand, stick it, Ray. Run back on defense. You don't want to get benched. Yeah, no, we had a Bobby Knight type coach. Coach Rasper had a Bobby Knight type mentality because Bobby Knight was all the rage. And he'd yell and he'd scream. And if you didn't get back on defense, and if you did that and looked at your shot, oh boy, you were sitting on the bench. It was funny. You had to always but coach, I was doing that. You had to try to explain to him, I wasn't doing that. I was doing this. Like the time when I got benched for almost the rest of the Wildlands game and almost the whole Sheridan game. Yeah, it was so funny because, the girl was waving to me and I looked around and there was no one behind us because it was just one-sided bleacher. I waved back because she was really cute. I went, me? And she goes, yeah. So I said, hi. And right when I did that, he was pissed off at somebody else and throwing me back in the game. And he got so mad that I was waving at the cheerleaders. Like, coach, she waved at me. The 2 cheerleaders were over there waving at me. And I looked around and, are you waving to me? And I said, well, then hi. You want me to be a rude little bastard? I gotta be, painted, because when we went down one court, they looked over and they started waving at me. And then I looked behind me and there was no one there. And they kept waving and the guys were on the other side of the court. I don't think the girls did it to get me in trouble. I think they were just being the Browns. I was looking back to see if you were looking back to see if you were looking back to see if you were looking back at me. Because there's a village hidden deep in the valley, the old lamplighter. Send me the pillow you dream on. They call the wind Mariah. Grow up. Remember what it's like to be a kid. And remember, it's better to live the love of Jesus Christ than to be a trained consumer for a bunch of murderers that turn us into crazy people. Okay? I love you.